Greetings. My name is Spiridusha Magpur, but you can call me Ridu. I am a high elf that grew up in Risha, near the forest of Iba. That forest. That forest was the beginning of the end for me. Why, I hear you ask? Well, the short answer is, I don't know. I can't remember. All I know is that I was in the forest, and I was suddenly engulfed by bright purple light, a deep male voice chanting, my skin burning from the inside, and then silence. Silence and darkness. I woke up at the edge of the forest with a spell book. I need to find the person that was there with me. I must learn what happened. I need to find out why they're always teasing me. I have learned everything that I could in Risha, so I'm smarter than you. And if I speak slowly when talking, it's because I'm talking to idiots, which almost everyone is compared to me. I hope someone knows something about my ghost, so I must travel the word. Have you heard that? Why won't it stop barking? They're coming, I should go.
Everybody, and welcome to Blunders Bothwellians, the Wounded Witch edition. This is the Tuesday party, episode 7. Bloody hell! Woohoo! The enthusiasm knows no bounds. Wow!
Hashtag not dead yet.
Woohoo!
Yet being the opposite.
Yay!
Everyone in this party, and by this party I mean Tuesday party, everyone can say that. Hashtag not dead yet. It's nearly Christmas, but the DM is not necessarily feeling festive. I can kill you all, but I'm not gonna. Maybe.
Yeah.
So, everybody ready for the recap of last week?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, we have one of our missing party members back this week. Woohoo! Redo is here! Bringing all her purple hating craziness.
I have no idea what you're talking
Purple
I'm not
scarf.
crazy.
Purple
I'm not
scarf.
crazy. So, last week, you guys, still in the town of Stock, were discovering more and more about different things that were going on. You spoke to Peter, the tavern owner from Tavern Respite, who turns out to be a member of an organisation called The Ring, who works to evade and stop evil creatures, his real name being Vincent Poe. You spoke to him and he said that he believes the creature that has been taking children in the town of Stock is called an Oni. And you spoke to various other people and you decided you did like some of them and you didn't like some of the others. You definitely don't like Leith and Mostal, the town leaders. You also think that Leith is doing something dodgy involving symbols of the Underrealm in her back garden. You then found that maybe the Oni had been turning into Debois, who also works with Peter, and who works with Hayatom at the Poorer Temple. And when you went there to investigate a little bit, you found that a kid you made friends with, the altar boy, and Apricity is going to try not to cry here.
Carry on.
Reese was also missing, and getting very angry and upset about this, you guys decided to go and investigate and try to find him, if you can. You managed to track the Oni, or what you believe to be the Oni, in the form of, you believe, Debois. You tracked it all the way up to the Walden Castle and up onto one of the top floors where you found it in the old children's bedroom. That is the two boys' bedroom. You opened the door and you found it dark and musty, covered in cobwebs and dust and blood, and yeah, there's a very cute picture of him up now. Apricity is sobbing. And the room was covered in bones and bits of flesh and rotting corpses and bodies, and they were all children-sized, and anything from babies up to like 12 years old. And then, just at the end of the session, just to kill you all, you saw someone very small and hunched over in the corner with sandy blonde fair hair and white robes, hunched over in the corner, and Wyman the bird had flown over to it and seemed to recognise it as Reese, the altar boy, and you all rushed towards it across the room, and that's where we ended off. So,
Oh shit, it will attack.
before we start today, I'll just say you are on the 3rd-ish floor of the Walden Castle. You're in a children's bedroom. The windows are dusty and grimy, and the room is quite dark. I believe one of you threw up dancing lights or something, so there should be some light in the room.
Yeah, that was me. I reread my cantrip. That only lasts for a minute, though.
All right. Well,
Cantrip, though, isn't it?
So we see it
Yes,
for like
cantrip,
half a
so
minute.
you'll have
I
to
can keep doing it again and again,
You have
but
to keep throwing it up, but you might be distracted at the moment.
yeah,
So
exactly.
What happened is that you
So-
threw the lights up, and they stayed there while you spotted the figure in the corner. And as you rushed over to it, the lights probably dimmed again. It's not complete blackness; it's just very dim in here. You can still just about see where you're going. Anyone else who has any form of light at all, you can chuck it up. I believe the
Does
is
dark
full
vision work
distracted.
as well?
Yeah, I've
Vision
got dark
works,
vision.
but that doesn't mean that other people can see. I
Yeah.
believe.
True.
So far, most of you should be able to, but Arissa, as a human, might be struggling a little bit. Poor Arissa.
It's more for Arissa's sake.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hold a torch then.
Fine, I'll help, says Varric. God. Okay, so we'll say for the sake of argument, starting today, the lights have now just gone out. Varric's got a torch, so it's dimly lit. You can sort of peer around and you can see. So, who is doing what?
Atharis is just looking for an Oni, as others explore the room, hopefully.
Wait,
Okay,
weren't
so
we
you
all
like-
looking for an Oni, basically?
Yes,
See,
but he's
Trapped it
expecting to
this
find
room,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I went in with an arrow knocked, ready to find evil.
Oh shit!
And
Yes.
I've now been completely distracted because I think I can see Reese in the corner, and all thought of attacking things is gone. So Warmin's like swooping over there and landing on what is he? He's huddled in the corner. There's like something for
Yeah.
the bird to land on, or well, the bird can land on the floor next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd land on the floor next to him because she wants to try and comfort him because she's thinking that he's hurt and stuff. And I'm gonna be like blindly walking towards him and paying no attention to danger at all.
Okay.
Can I just ask how I got here?
You followed us.
I will say that for the sake of argument and continuity, as much as we can have in this session, you can have stopped your reading. We'll say Swanee's still reading in the room, and you probably went downstairs and asked Peter at the front desk, the tavern. You asked Peter where the rest of them were, and he told you, and you can have caught up with them as they were heading up to the castle. And so you can have caught up with them, and they'll have told you what they're tracking, and you can have come up. Unless you'd rather
mental
they
method.
meet you later. Which would you rather?
No, I think that sounds good, but I just wanted to know whether I know about Apricity's fondness of Reese.
Well, you can if you.
She'll have sort of told you a little bit as you were walking up to the castle, and you'll have caught some
Okay.
things because she'll probably been wandering along going, oh my god, Reese, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Also, Varric is actually, Ridu has that mental message thing that she used to plan the forest escape with.
Oh
Varric.
yeah,
So,
yeah, that's true. I
So
can
you
just
could
talk
have
to
used Apricity. Vicky suggested this. That you could have used that to find us,
Oh yeah.
like
Oh,
the specific
ooh.
place we are.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
And
I
also,
think.
that could be a way that you were kept informed of what was going on. Like every so often,
Yeah, that's good.
You guys would share a message. You'd look up from your book, reply to the message, and then carry on reading again because you were just so engrossed in your damn book, but you still wanted to know what was going on. There we go. Continuity.
So-
Woo! We
So,
fixed it.
so she got a
Well,
message. She got a message going, "A kid has been kidnapped. We like this kid." And she goes, meh, I'll read this book first.
Yes, I've got one chapter left. Where are you going? Well, we're stalking it, and we think we're going up to the castle. All right, give me 10 minutes.
That sounds exactly right.
Hey! To be
Hey.
out of character, but we'll go with that.
If you found out that it was me that was upset about the
Yeah.
kid, you'd be like, meh.
Yeah,
To be
that,
fair.
to be fair, that's right.
There really is continuity there. So, Apricity is now running across the room carefully because you've got little legs and there is sort of like a lot of dead bodies, so you're going as fast as you can without stepping on any other dead children. Did I say dead?
Oh god.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Oh, only the DM knows.
Oh, yeah.
So, getting all my dice out. Alright, so,
Uh-oh.
what are the rest of you doing just while Apricity is essentially picking away carefully and quickly across the room?
Well, I still have that arrow in my bow, so I'll
Okay.
just, like, aim it towards... But basically, just in front of me and step to the side a bit.
Okay, and are you looking at where Reese is with it? Or where you think Reese is? Or are you just pointing it in general around the room having a look?
Dog shooting
round,
kids!
round the room.
Okay. And do you want to roll a perception to see if you see anything?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So,
Oh,
anyone
that's
else
a...
who's checking the room out, roll a perception
Yeah.
as well. So, 30, I think you were as well.
I
And
I
anyone
think I
else?
started out quite nicely.
I'm glad you did.
Yay!
Wow.
I must be.
First... Hmm?
I must be pretty damn distracted because I rolled the same thing twice.
Alright.
If I needed like a 25 to see things, I did.
Okay. Arissa and Vitheritas, you don't see a lot. You're sort of taking in the scene. Arissa, you are a kind-hearted, gentle soul, so you're hit by the fact that this is a lot of dead children. And they're not just dead, these are ripped apart and eaten children. And you... Actually, Arissa, somewhere in you, you have this random sadness. Like, you feel like almost mourning for a second there. Like, something really hits you. Like, you feel as if you should have been sad for a while. And you look around this scene at all these dead bodies and go, whoa, oh god. And like, something within you just feels like you're in a state of mourning and you really want to cry, but you don't. But that really hurts you inside. The Theritas, being a paladin, you've seen a lot of shit before, but a room full of dead, desecrated children, that's hit you, man. That's not cool. You're pissed, you're angry, you liked Reese and all that, but this, just the scene in general, that's it. You can see, you can look around, but you're overcome by like, fuck, this is fucked. So you don't really see very much. Redo, you can see lots of bodies all over the place, lots of bones, lots of blood all over the walls. You can hear the angry tiefling swearing in Infernal, apparently, and perhaps move away from him. And Apricity has just reminded us that during the Zone of Truth,
Zone of
Truth.
there was a Zone of Truth cast by Arissa last time, and she cast it on someone she believed, actually it was the real Deborah, and she believed that she might have been the Oni or an evil person. And it also caught Apricity, who shouted out that she couldn't lose this kid, aka Reese, because she lost her younger brother before, and that's potentially why she's being a bit stupid now. And Varric, you can see the room is empty. You can't see anything. You can see some blood splattered all over the walls. You can see ripped up sheets and bedding, like the room's been attacked and destroyed. You can see bones and bodies and dead stuff. Lots of dead stuff. And it smells. You've all got that as well. As soon as you stepped into the room last week,
So my nat 20 made me see what everybody sees.
it made you see that there is nothing else in this room.
Okay.
You can hear soft breathing, but it's coming from the other end of the room where the what you believe to be Reese is, and you can't see anything else as you're looking around.
Okay.
I like it that Redo is like barely affected by the fact that there's dead children everywhere. She's just looking around like, huh, nah, nothing.
Sounds about right though for Reader.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already dead. It's not like I can help them.
You could,
God.
but necromancy is frowned upon.
Can a woman raise a family in peace? But it's an old meme, but it's still funny. Okay, so that's what all you guys are doing. Apricity, you have now picked your way to the other side of the room, and as you're heading towards it, you hear a cry from Warmin, and flutters up towards you. And as he flutters, hang on, she? Am I right in thinking? She.
Yeah.
He. Don't want to get that
She.
wrong, sorry. So, Wyman, you notice, and for a second you get panicky because she has like some blood splatters on her feathers, and it's difficult to see, one in the dim light, and two because she's pretty red and orange herself. But you can see like some dripping from like near her beak and stuff. And
Oh my God.
You think, oh fuck, she's hurt, but she's flying fine, and she like shakes her feathers off, and she flies around your head in a circle and then lands again on the floor by the fair-haired, white-robed figure.
Oh God, am I close enough to like reach a hand out to him and touch him yet?
Sure. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna reach a hand out and grab onto his shoulder and call his name.
Okay. You don't get a response. When you grab the shoulder, you can feel that there is very soft, feeble breathing happening. But for a second, you catch yourself in your throat because when you pull the shoulder, his head like lolls onto his shoulder and his face turns towards you, and for a second it's skeletal, and like the eyes are hollow and the cheeks are hollow and the face is pale as fuck and grey, and his hair's lank and sweaty and stuff, and for a second you see him as the skeleton that's in the rest of the room like everything else, but he's alright.
He's alright.
He's like
Wait, what?
huddled
Uh-huh.
in like his big nighty robe is like all over him, like he's all huddled together, and he's breathing and very, very just alive.
Okay. Can I kind of cradle him in my arms, and from under my robe, I'm going to pull out the little teddy bear that was on his bed. No one noticed, but I stole it and I brought it with me.
Okay, sure. Are you gonna give it to him or just show it to him?
I'm going to try and, like, see if I can catch his attention with it if he's at all conscious, and if not, I'm just going to kind of, like, snuggle it onto him.
He's conscious and he's looking at you. He's like breathing, but it's very like soft and like. So he's not really able to talk at the moment, but he can see the teddy bear and you can see like recognition in his eyes, but it's very soft and like, you know, just about ready to fall asleep or pass out kind of thing.
Okay.
And you do notice that one big patch of blood all down his, like, I say robe, it's similar to what he would wear in the temple, but it's a night robe.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of hold him close and tell him that it's gonna be okay. Could I get out some of my healing herbs that I bought in the market? Would I be able to see the wound? Or do I need to
Hang on.
take the clothes off? Or
No, you can see it.
okay.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm just gonna hold him and kind of tell him that it's gonna be okay and start trying to patch up this wound.
Okay. I'm going to tell you right now that your patching up can stem the flow of blood but not do a lot else because, owing to what I last rolled, his left arm has been eaten away to a stump right at the top. Like,
Oh my
past the elbow, like all the way to the top, like just under where his shoulder blade is.
So he's just got like a bleeding stump.
Yeah. It's not like it's like split. It's like there is no arm. That's been eaten. It's gone.
Oh
So
my
you can
God.
stop the bleeding. You can cure, like you can stop it from bleeding out, and you can hold it and bandage it and whatever. But yeah, that arm's gone.
Cool. I'm gonna, as I'm like very, very gently trying to pack some herbs into his shoulder, I'm gonna turn back over my shoulder and scream back to everyone else. His arm's been eaten. We need to find this thing now and put a stop to it.
Just for the record, Breath's swearing intensifies.
Alright.
Could I like, I don't know if there's anything that I could do to check out if there's a way to heal this wound. I don't know anything about the Oni, so could I maybe look at the wound and see if it's magical or if it would be something that I could heal myself if I had better equipment? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can have a look.
What would I roll for that?
Well, either medicine or nature, really. Depends which one you're best at, I'd go with.
They're both the same, so...
Can
Oh,
I close in as well to
Yeah, have a
Like-
look.
try and help?
there's just an 8 total for that.
Okay. As far as you can tell, it just looks like it's been bitten off. It doesn't
Okay.
look particularly magical, but you're not sure.
Oh my god. Okay.
Is the room enough
Um,
for me to approach as well as Varric, or
Sure.
would
I
it get
mean,
a
you
bit
have
little
to-
crowded over there?
As the tiefling walks towards you, you can hear the occasional crunch of a bone because there's.
Oh
a lot of
god.
space.
I am a little too.
Wait, Arissa throws up?
No,
Tries not
tries
to.
not to.
Oh, okay.
Arissa
Good.
tries not to throw up. Good idea. Good idea. That'll make the room smell worse.
Would it though?
Might make
Yes.
it feel better. I mean, am I still affected by the potpourri? Because I'm pretty sure I drank another one.
A little
Yes, it's still
bath
in your
too
system,
to make
isn't
the
it?
room smell better.
Okay, so
Um,
Theratas and Varric, were you going to have a look at this wound as well?
yeah.
Alright, so roll.
So I roll
or
medicine
nature.
then?
Whichever you're best at, medicine or nature, because obviously you've got
Medicine
herbs and
then.
things, so.
Wow, I had to think to add 3 to something.
Ooh. No, it's-
Was that
I'll check-
18 for Varric, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
total.
Okay, cool. Okay, Varric, from what you can tell, this isn't magical. It's simply a torn away chunk of flesh. It's been bitten and eaten and chewed away and gnawed at. You recognise it from where creatures have eaten each other in the forest, or like you've seen, you know, a deer that's been eaten by other creatures once it's fallen dead. For Theratas, same for you. You can tell that this is a creature that has ravaged away at the arm and eaten it, but nothing magical about it. The wound doesn't look poisonous, it doesn't look infected, it just looks sore as fuck.
Then I'm gonna drop to a knee, pull out my holy symbol, and call on Helm, and cast.
I'm debating if this would be worth it.
I
Wait,
am too, but I kind of have to.
how do?
so-
Yeah, but the thing is, how do spell slots work for rangers? I don't understand that bit.
However many you've got for each level, say if you have 2 level 1 slots, it means that every day you can use 2 spells at level 1. Once you've used
Okay.
one, you've only got 1
Yeah.
left.
I have 3 now spell slots.
Yeah, same here. So I'll be casting Cure Wounds.
Okay,
You know,
seeing that,
four
I won't
spell
do it.
slots. I have 4 spell slots, so I could do Cure Wounds.
Sweet.
So then
How
that
many
would
do you
be
have?
spell slots. I have 4 at level 1.
Wow.
Well,
Oh,
Arissa,
damn.
are you over this side? They could call you
I
over.
can, yeah, I can go over
Okay.
after I've, settled my throat.
Okay. Also, Redo has cast a cantrip of minor illusion to make colourful colourful fireflies surrounding the boy and distracting him from the weird creatures examining him. Aw.
Where do you believe your eyes? And there's a bunch of flies.
Okay, so Arissa, roll your healing. How many points you've healed
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Heal,
If it's
man.
anything like mine, it should be 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability.
Okay, that's cool. Add 12 altogether.
Okay, 12. Alright.
I think.
Reese's arm, with the combination of Arissa giving him some healing points and Apricity pressing, was it herbs and things onto him and like bandages?
Yeah, I bought some healing herbs from that kind of witchy lady in the market.
No, sorry, it would be 10, not 12.
Okay, 10.
Ooh.
That's alright. Between the two of you, the bleeding stops, and you can tell that under the bandages and the gauze, it's going to start to scab over slowly, but eventually. You can't do anything for the arm, sadly, but it will heal and stop. And he's not going to bleed out. He's stabilised. He still can't really talk very much. He's still breathing quite softly and feebly, but you can feel his pulse. His pulse is okay. It's slowing down, and he's stable, but by no means great.
I'm going to give him a little sip of the mead from my drinks pouch to kind of help act maybe as a painkiller, and
Aw.
yeah, I don't know.
Get the kid drunk. It'll help.
This is what we do in gnome culture. It's a thing.
What are we doing? Human culture.
You lift it to his lips, and Reese drinks a little bit, and sort of drinks a bit more, and then sort of lies back in your arms a bit. And at this point, Wyman, she has probably settled on his knee, having noticed that there's no longer a place for her to land on his left arm.
Oh my god, don't say that. This is killing me.
Could have killed him. Could have rolled a 6. Or
I thought you had killed him. I thought, yeah, okay.
You
Let's not
leave out the chance. Did you leave it to
Okay, let's not pull on that thread. So I'm gonna whisper to him. I'm gonna kind of see if he's conscious, and I'm gonna whisper it to him and say, Reese, are you okay? What happened?
hello? Where am I?
It's okay, buddy. We've got you now. You're safe.
Where am I? That was not a nice dream.
It's okay. It's Apricity and her friends. We're here to make the bad dream go away.
Oh, hi. You guys are really nice. What are you doing in my dream?
Show him the bird.
Hmm?
The bird. Use the bird.
Well, the bird's kind of sitting on his knee. Can I, Warmin's gonna, like, land on his healthy shoulder and start kind of preening at his hair.
Oh, hey, woman. You're in my dream too. This is so cool.
How do you feel, Reese? Do you feel like your arm hurts? Or are you okay?
I don't know. Why would my arm hurt?
I just wondered. Sometimes dreams are funny like that.
No, can't really feel anything, to be honest. Sup, Warmin? Hi, Warmin.
It's okay, Reese. You snuggle back. You have a little snooze now. We'll look after you.
Can you sleep if you're already dreaming?
I don't know. Why don't you try?
Okay, that'll be fun. And he falls asleep.
Apristi's gonna wipe a massive tear away on the back of her hand, but still be trying not to show much emotion.
Seeing as he's well in hand, I'm going to get up and walk back towards the door, concerned that we haven't found Fiona yet.
I would like to go and search this castle and kill this thing dead, but I'm worried about leaving Reese. Has anyone got any ideas of what, like, has anyone got any kind of protection, or can we, if we hid
Shall we
him
strap
somewhere?
him?
Huh?
Shall we strap him to the back of Vertaratus?
Yeah, but I don't want him to see any other scary things. If there's, like,
That's
scary...
what the Warhammer is for. Okay, that was out of game me. Varric wouldn't suggest that. Stand Warmin to get Deboir. Because we can trust Deboir.
That could work.
As
Wait.
long as he gets the right one.
On
Oh,
the
God, that's
other
true.
hand, Peter.
Yeah?
Because if we followed the Oni, and we think it looked like Peter. Oh shit! No, that wouldn't work either.
No, but
Currently,
that's the start of a good idea.
Yeah,
basically,
but if we ask anyone, there's no way of being sure that it's not.
there's an easy solution. Just make sure that whoever it is never alone.
Let's make sure that whoever it is shows up, and then Zone of Truth them.
But we might also be in battle with an Oni. The Oni might still be in the castle right now. It might have just been
Well,
in a different room or something.
We sensed it
want
into
either
here,
Peter
so
Yeah.
We want either Peter or Deboir then, someone who can protect themselves.
at the very least, we need to get to like the ground floor and out the gate, and we can do that as a group.
So what, like all run down and leave the kid with whoever comes to collect him?
No, I reckon we carry him out.
Yeah.
We bring the kid to the gate.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Well,
Yeah.
whoever's carrying him, I can stand next to and protect.
I'll carry him.
What time of day was it, guys? Do you remember?
Uh-oh.
Wasn't it like morning?
Wait,
It was
we went to the
getting into the afternoon.
We
Yes.
went to the church in the at around noon.
Yeah, just after.
So-
So it's late afternoon.
It's still the afternoon right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will carry the child.
Well, hang on. Okay, so she's hinting at something. So we said that Oni turns into
Itself at night.
people during the daytime, doesn't it? So yeah, so
Yep.
Protected in this place. If we protect it in this specific spot, if we protect the kid in this specific spot until nighttime, the Oni will be itself and we can trust whoever shows up.
At the same time, though, it's going to be between us and the exit.
And what Vincent said to you was the Oni has to be in its true form to feed at night. Can't feed.
oh my
during the day.
god, none of you better suggest using Reese's bait.
No.
I think he's
Oh.
already suffered enough.
But could we? I've got a spare set of clothes on me. Could we take the kid's blood-soaked robe and like dress him in some nice, comfy, clean clothes, and we could use the blood-soaked robes maybe as a lure for the Oni because it's gonna stink of kid blood, and if it's hungry,
Wait, didn't we also
well,
quick side thing that my brain just now jumped to.
Do it.
And I think, but I'm not sure, DM, just tell me if this is metagaming. But I think Varric might know. That church has a shit ton of protection bottles, right?
Mm-hmm.
right?
Because the Oni went in there. Which means that the protection bottles don't necessarily keep it away.
Well, yeah, we worked that out last time because a lot of the kids that had gone missing had
yeah.
got protection bottles, and even Reese
Yeah.
had one in his room. He had the very last one that they had.
Oh shit, it's the very
Yeah.
last one.
Well,
Damn it. I
that
wanted them.
before you guys bought loads more, didn't you? We all get given one each.
Yeah, we've all got a couple.
Because
Yeah,
they
that's
might
fine.
work as bait then.
Oh yeah, she drank us.
Yeah.
You guys, Varric or Verti, one of you asked about the protection bottles, and Higher Tom gave us
Oh yeah, that was me.
gave you one each, and then Arissa had already drunk. No, she drank one before, didn't you?
Yeah,
but
she's
she
drink-
drank
she's
her own
taken
as
two.
well.
Oh, she's drunk too. Okay.
I just
I
shoot
knew-
them.
This human just confuses me so much. I don't know what's going on.
She liked the smell of potpourri farts.
Yeah.
While people are debating, Vithar just going to basically go back
Drag
out the
kid
door.
away.
Well, basically go out the door and sort of have a look around to see how defensible this place actually is. considering
Cool.
we're standing in the middle of its lair.
That's what I'm worried about. I want to get this kid out of here now.
Wait, is the kid? Do we know about the Oni if it traveled through walls in its true form?
We have no idea.
We
Yeah.
have absolutely no idea.
We
I think
I have
literally
a
even
question.
Go on.
The Oni goes after kids, right?
Yes.
How can he tell who's a kid and who's not?
Smell. That was explained, but it
Well,
was
I wasn't
smell.
there. Sorry.
No, that's why I say it right now.
Well,
Oh.
actually, you guys aren't sure, but
Yeah.
you could assume
Mm,
that it's something to do with the
Um,
way kids smell
wait.
the flesh in comparison to grown-ups. You did think it might be because of the potion, and it was drawing it to them, but then not all the kids
Yeah,
that
I
were
thought
missing had
that.
potions.
Yeah, but Rosie, to quote the thing Vincent said to us, it's a fickle monster. It loves the taste of children. Best part is that you can catch it while it's distracted by scent, which means that it uses smell to find the stars and everything.
Oh my god, Rosie,
No.
you didn't. Oh my gosh.
The opportunity presented itself, guys. So, yes, as far as you know, the smell of children, just the smell in general, is what attracts it.
Okay. So, whilst Viserys is outside the room scoping things out, I'm gonna very, very gently and keeping his decency, I'm gonna put my spare pair of clothes on to Reese and take off his bloody robes because I'm guessing me and him are gonna be a similar size, right?
You are quite similar, yeah. If anything, he'd be a tiny bit taller than you. As a
Damn it!
child. not like loads.
I know, but I
because
have-
he did think you were a child when he first spoke to you.
Yeah, he really did. That's why I loved him, because he was so innocent and cute.
I'm
Okay, so
not
I'm gonna
attached to
change.
any of my NPCs, guys. Just...
So yeah, I'm gonna get him changed into my spare pair of commoner's clothes. It says in my kit pack that I've got, and I'm gonna bundle up his really bloody robes and try and keep the bloody stuff on the inside for now.
Okay, cool. So you can potentially use those later. That's cool. You can
Yeah.
chuck those in your bag or just somewhere attached to you if you like. And
Thank
he's
you.
now in like some simple like trousers and a shirt thing. Yeah. Like a
Yeah,
tunic
they're
shirt.
nice forest greens and browns.
Aw.
Mhm.
He looks very dashing
Oh,
and pale. He is very pale. You do notice this, and then
yeah.
especially when he's wearing color. Like when he was wearing white, it all sort of blended together. But now he's wearing color. He really looks very pale. But again, stable, but not too bad.
Varric's telling me to wear the robes, the bloody robes, as a bandana.
You could wear them into battle and
no.
use it as war paint. I have seen weirder in D&D.
Apricity should use it as motivation, just like wearing them and looking at the blood to like become enraged and murder everything.
So like a berserker, basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's just given me an idea. Why don't we get Reese out of this castle, and then I put on the bloody robes that smell of kids, and I'll be the bait.
That's presuming we don't bump into it on the way out.
That's true. Okay.
If we bump into it, we already found it and don't need bait though.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm up for this.
if we can't find it, let's consider plan B. I'm going to dress up as a kid, but I'm going to be hiding some daggers under the bloody robes, and I'm going to rip its face off.
Also, I'll point out at this point, the
Go on.
Theritas, your like evil sense was just sort of going and thrown out the whole way, yeah?
Yep. I used it just when I was downstairs, but it. Let me double check.
You could
Don't-
sense the evil that was up. You could sense it was up.
Yeah, I
And that
could sense it was
last-
above me.
Yeah, you sense it was above you, and you found this room because Varric was tracking it and things
Yeah.
as well.
Can I see any further ways up from just outside the hallway?
There was no other stairs up. No, this was the top floor, with all
Yep.
the bedrooms and things.
So
and
there's other
below
bedrooms up here.
There's another bedroom with the door open, which looked like a girl's bedroom. So you get the feeling this was the kids' floor. On the floor below it, there was the parents' bedroom. I think. Did you go in there?
I think we barreled through it.
I think you probably went. Yep. No. Nothing. All right. Back upstairs.
Yep.
And then on the floor below that, there was like a dining room. I don't know if you went in there because you sort of went past. I think, but yeah, it went dining room, next floor, parents' bedroom, next floor, kids' bedrooms.
Yep. I'm gonna lean my head back through into the door and basically shout for Varric and go, "It was definitely somewhere up here. I reckon we can track it down."
Ooh, that's where I come in, right? I'll run over and start to try and track it. What do I roll to try and track it?
Ooh, that's a good point. I think I went with investigation last time. And I think I still will, because again, we're not in 3.5, so you don't literally have a tracking sense. Yeah, investigation.
Can I try one as well?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you found the tracks that went into this room. And there's a lot of tracks, like, sprinkled about all over the castle. These were some of the most recent ones you could find.
And can I ask about those tracks? And I don't know if I'd know this, so I don't know if I should ask. But Varric had seen the tracks leading out of Reese's bedroom, and they were Debois' size, and we thought that they were her tracks, didn't we?
Yeah.
They were pretty
Do I remember
identical
you saying? Sorry, say that again.
They were pretty identical to Deborah's tracks.
And you told us that as we were talking out, so Apricity knows that. Did the tracks?
I only said it to Vertaratus in Elvish, so if you speak Elvish, you might know it.
Okay, I don't know nothing then. Okay, I quiet now.
Oh, good. I can't remember if I then passed it on quietly to anyone.
Why didn't? Oh,
You did.
You didn't share it because she was still with us at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't ask then.
Oh, actually, no, we did because when we had to use Debar herself to try and track it, so I think at that point we let everybody know.
Oh, because then when we did Zone of Truth,
Yeah.
we told her about the.
Yep.
Okay, so okay, I'll carry on asking my
Varric
question then.
became angry at her in the Zone of Truth because he saw it.
So I don't know whether Varric knows this, and I don't know whether he told us. So again, I'll stop asking if I don't know this. Did he see the tracks change from Debois into some other shape?
Yes.
Okay, do we know that? Like, does the group know that?
I shall assume I know it.
But
And
I
from
don't
that,
think you.
I probably would have said it out loud
Okay.
to Vertaratus because he was helping me track this thing.
Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna point at the floor and basically go, "We need to track the fresh set of prints. It's definitely been in here, so it will have left."
Well, I'm lucky then I rolled a not natural 20.
All right. And are you looking for like creature footprints now, or just in general? Because I'll point out, it's not literal footprints in dust you're finding. You're finding like from literal tracking in forest experience. You're finding like patches of dust and little things. This is like to metagame for a second. Like the DC against this is pretty fucking high.
Okay. So
That's
he's just
right.
kind of got like, there's a sense that something has come this way.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
with Theratas, are you sensing evil right now?
I don't. Oh, hang on. Let me.
Because I know it's like,
Pull that back up again.
continuous. You can sort of like, you can shoot it out and then do it again.
Yeah, I've only got it 3 times a day, and I think I blew my last one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you blew
I
your
thought you
last one
did
on the way in.
twice.
You saved your last one. You blew your last.
Yeah. I thought you did
wanted
one in the
to,
temple.
Say you've got a third one. Fuck it. You can use.
That's right.
You did one
Yep.
in the temple and then one in the castle when we first arrived.
Oh, that's right. And then I
Yes,
just
you did.
bolted upstairs.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I will use my
Follow the
last one
paladin,
now.
He's bolting. So you guys want to use your third one now then?
Yep. So anything within 60 feet, I should have a. As long as it's like really evil or really good, I should have
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
where it is.
All right.
I do think this thing classifies as pretty evil.
You sense it again, and you recognise it as the same thing that you sensed before. Still above you, but much further away. Way further than you thought. When you were coming up to the bedroom, it seemed like it was... Because you threw it out at the bottom of the castle, didn't you? It seemed like it was a few floors above you.
Yep.
Now it's like... potentially half a mile above you. And
What?
Fading, gone.
What?
I'm staring directly up in the direction where I felt that light disappear and looking downright confused now.
Excellent.
Can I ask another question?
Yes.
So, when we were talking to Vincent, and we knew him as Vincent, he was saying about the Oni could change into people's forms during the day.
Yep.
Did he give an indication of whether the Oni just picks just one person? Or whether the Oni can turn into like 50 different people in one day? And could it also maybe take on the form of animals? Like, did we get any specification?
I don't think he said.
Say that it was people. And
Okay.
what
The
he did say
specific
was
wording
it
was
could be
into anyone.
Okay. So he didn't say it could be anyone and it shape changes throughout the day. And he didn't say it definitely sticks to one person. Like, it
No.
could just be anyone at any time and we've got no fucking clue.
It was kind of vague, yeah.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I'm just going to just be looking at the roof confused going, I think this thing can fly.
I wish I could fly.
That is so Arissa.
Perfect.
At this moment, love, I wish you could too.
Out of character, so do I.
Just to be fair for a second, this is totally not an easy setup. Someone paranoia.
I'm going to step back into the room, make my way to the window, and just smash it with my hammer so I can actually look out the window and look up.
Okay.
How high is the window? Like, how high up is it?
You're on the 3rd floor. Above you is like the roofs of the castle, and you can see like the walls where the soldiers would have patrolled around the edge.
Yeah.
So that's outside of the window, like the patrol way, walkway.
That's above you. Like where the soldiers patrol, there's no way to get to it from where you are, but there's like 2 towers.
Wait,
either
there's.
end of the castle. And
I
you lead
climbed
up
the
onto
walls
the
of this castle
battlements.
before, didn't I?
You climbed
Yes,
out
you
the
did.
window, yeah. You climbed out the window on the ground floor of this tower. Well, this building bit that you're in.
True, but the walls are climbable then.
I've got a grappling hook and rope and stuff, so I can climb as well.
I think we got plenty of rope.
Also,
yeah,
Veritas, roll a perception when you were looking up.
Yep. That will be to the actual character
Don't say
sheet.
7, don't say 7, don't say 7.
No, it is much higher than that,
7.
thankfully. It was a 17, actually.
Okay. You see a shape.
170. You saw
Like,
all.
you see everything. You are just a character on a sheet in a game.
Your brain implodes.
Your
Goodbye.
brain explodes at the end. Goodbye, Veritas. What a great way to die. No, you see a shape, and you can't make out what it is. You can see that it's got like wings, but for the life of you, from it's so far away, you can't see. You can see that it is flying upwards in an arc, and it's going away from the castle and over. It looks like it's going over the woods and sort of circling over towards the town as well.
So circling back towards the tavern? Towards the town? Or just circling over the woods?
It's circling over the woods and the town, and then almost in an instant where you blink, it has dived and disappeared.
I'm going to pull myself back in the window and look at the others going, I think it's gone back to hunt into town or possibly in the woods.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Varric, let's go in the woods.
Yes.
I mean, that was out of character. But,
Mine is both.
You get the idea.
At the first mention of Verteritas saying possibly into the woods, I just go, yes!
Eric, I
You're
think we
obsessed.
should get the child to safety first.
Yes,
Sensible,
definitely.
Arissa. Sensible.
Human, that's the first time I truly agree with you.
But after that, we should go straight to the forest, please.
Yes.
We can give it a shot. I don't like our chances of trying to find it in the forest, and since it can
Especially
fly,
it's getting dark.
Wait,
it can also beat us back here.
It is probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment, so there's a good 3 hours of daylight left.
Oh, God.
I'm with Arissa on this. I reckon we get the child back to safety.
Oh,
I want to
first.
I want to get this kid back to the temple where he can be safe and he can be looked after, and then I want to go and kick ass.
And then with
fine,
luck,
fine, let's just go then.
I want to run into the forest as soon as we have the kid in safe hands. I need the forest to, like, have a chance against this fucking thing.
the problem is
That's
it's probably going
true.
to bring anything it finds back here. This kind
Yeah,
of
but
looks like a lair.
It only takes them at night, so if we find it before then, it'll probably be in the forest, where the no-wings are, which is a shit ton of children.
But so it can only feed. It has to be in its true form to feed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
It feeds every
and-
night.
So
And it seems
even
to
if we-
feed here.
Even if we find it, we're not going to know it's it because it's still going to be in the form of some like a humanoid form. And now that Vitheritas has just used his last
We
doodle,
don't
what's
know that.
it?
That would be metagaming.
Why?
I
Why
think.
would it be in its natural form? Because then it could be killed. I get that you want to go to the woods. This is me arguing with you in character and out of character. I get that you want to go to the woods, and I want to go there too. But I don't think going to the
How
woods
about
to get this
we,
Oni would be a good idea.
how about we set up a trap for it in this place, seeing as you're so convinced that this is its lair and it's gonna bring back a kid here.
Yeah. Oh God, bring back a kid.
Well,
isn't that
why else would
us?
it have?
Oh,
It
I thought you
wouldn't-
meant you want to bring a kid back here and use it as bait.
Oh no 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 no! I mean, oh yeah, I suppose we could do that. Well, that's not what I meant.
Guys, you're
Um,
not the Sunday group, okay? You're the night.
I'll be back in a few seconds, okay?
Alright.
Oh, good.
guys. Well, while you guys are thinking about that, I'm just going to pause.
Can I ask who our fan is that's listening?
You can ask, but I won't tell you. Oh, actually, no, that's not fair. I will say the same thing to you that I said to the Sunday group. I have a few friends who have asked to listen in to a few of your sessions, Sunday and Tuesday, because they are doing some things for me, but they need to listen to what you guys do first. And that's all you're getting.
Oh my God, I love the mystery so much. Okay, hello, other people. Nice to meet you. I'm so excited. Every time you add another secret thing, I'm just like a child, like, oh my God.
That's
Okay, cool. So, Varric has just described to us about the Oni on the roof. I would therefore like to... I guess I'm just going to climb back down into the thingy and wait for Verti and Dudar to come back. Arissa.
Should
Basically,
we-
I don't trust being on the roof with this, like, this high elf is a bit freaky.
Hey,
She's looking at me weird.
I mean, I haven't jumped off yet, so there's that.
Oh God.
Yet.
Oh God. Varric just said his redo's still tied to me. I don't think you
Um,
want to ride her.
I mean, yes. Go on.
I'm waiting for him to type and see what he was going to say. Rosie, is the door that goes into the tower, is that unlocked?
Yeah.
Cool. I would like to go into that door and see what's in there.
Oh God.
Varric is jumping and pulling Redo along as well.
Redo, do. Rory falls on her ass, apparently.
Probably.
Hey, stop it. I told you I can't English tonight. Should we go and check out the door, like the entrance door? Because we were saying that if it brings back a kid, it might go in through there. So should we maybe just have a quick look around?
We could do, but like I said, if it's got a kid, surely it's going to bring it up to the bedroom to eat it. So we could go and have a look. But I just kind of feel like if all of us focus on that bedroom and lay a trap there and have stabby, shooty, killy things.
Okay,
then
fine. Go back to the bedroom.
But what?
Let's go back to the bedroom.
Yeah. Cool. I would like to go through the door in the tower and like maybe check out if there's any other bits and pieces in there that's interesting.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, are you splitting, or are you all going to go down the tower?
What are these two tied together Burks gonna do?
Well, Varric's following you, so Redo, you can either set yourself free, or...
No. I mean, let's just get off the roof first. Maybe.
I'm not enjoying the way this elf is looking at the edge. Yeah, get through that door quickly and hope that they all follow you. Gina's being a bully, but it's so worth it.
Alright, so you all head down the spiral stairs inside the tower, and they go down and down and down and down, and as you're going you realise that you've gone down a level, so you're now below the kids' bedrooms, but there's no doors or anything, and you keep going and going and going. And there's a couple of slit windows where you can see out, and you can see you're still fairly high up. And then finally you reach ground level, and there's a door which is unlocked, and it opens, and you're at the far end of the corridor, which is where the door into the courtyard is. There's nothing particularly. There was nothing as you were walking down the stairs that caught your attention. And yeah, you're now ground floor. And if you head off, then up ahead and to your left, there is the door into the courtyard. Or there's
cool. Well,
goes to the stairs, up to the bedrooms, and down to the kitchen and the dungeon, etc., etc.
So would the Oni would have to come through that courtyard door and drag a victim up the stairs? Yes?
Yes, but not these stairs. The other stairs towards the bedroom.
Yeah, but like, so the door that we can see that leads out into the courtyard, it would come through like the front doors and then into the courtyard and then into this bit of the hall.
Tracked it, so yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And there's no other way up to the bedroom that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, we might as well, whilst we're here, can we have a look at the entrance and have a look at kind of what the door looks like, what the surrounding wall looks like?
The door to the courtyard, you mean?
Yeah, that the Oni would have to drag a kid through.
Quick warning about stuff that happened in chat was that Redo backed away from me while tied to me.
Oh, God.
And staring at his scarf.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
So
to be
just
fair,
going,
Varric's
oh no,
been wearing
oh no,
his
oh
purple
no.
scarf for a long time.
Yeah, I know, I forgot about it, sorry.
You get so used
So
to
panic
seeing it
ensues.
that sometimes it doesn't quite hit you, and then sometimes you look at him and just go, fuck, it's purple!
yeah, exactly.
I just looked up at the chat and saw the sentence, until I take my dagger out and cut it, and I thought you were talking about his scarf.
Don't give her ideas, guys.
Mm-mm.
Alright, so have you tucked the rope away and you're like not tied together anymore then?
I
Much as I
accidentally
would
moved
love for you to fight the Oni later with the rope still tied to you both.
That would be hilarious.
No,
That-
we're not tied together anymore.
That would be a double kill, I think.
Alright. So
Only
you're
and at least one of us.
examining the door then.
Yeah, I want to check out the door and maybe the surrounding the door just to see how strong it is. If we could maybe set a trap up there later.
Okay, cool. It's stone walls and big, heavy wooden doors. They close, they would lock. You'd have to find a way to lock it or put a piece of wood across them. But yeah, it's sturdy. And the walls are fairly sturdy. And yeah, depends on the sort of trap you were thinking. Yeah. And they're open into the courtyard as well.
Ooh, let's do courtyard. We can see it coming down then, if it goes from the roof.
Would it? It depends what we've all got as our fighting things. Would it be better to get it into a small room, i.e., the bedroom, or would it be better to fight it out in that courtyard where space? But also, once it's outside, remember it can fly away.
Can I ask a question that Varric would probably already know?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any drawbacks to me fighting with my bow and arrow in close combat, like close quarters?
If it's very close to you, you'd have to do it with... I don't know, actually. Would it be disadvantage? Because surely the closer it is to you.
There is the range thing says it's a max range of 150 for like
Yeah.
normal.
So yeah, in theory, the closer it is to you, the more likely you are to attack, sort of.
So basically, my bow and arrow work at any distance
I'd say they
shorter
work at
than
any
600.
distance, but if they're like less than 6 feet away from you, then wouldn't really hit as well because it hasn't. I don't know. It wouldn't necessarily work as well because in the time it would take you to get an arrow and fire it, the thing would be too close to you, maybe.
Okay, that makes
I'd
sense.
say that sounds fair.
But still, within close quarters, it would be fine. Like, if you were in close quarters to something, I don't think a bow and arrow would be my first choice, but that doesn't mean you can't use it.
Okay.
So are Vitheritas and Arissa now coming back to us? Or were they going to look somewhere else? I think I missed that.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Are they going to the forest without me?
I would never let that happen.
Good question. So, what do you think, guys?
I'm gonna walk out of the temple and glance at Arissa and suggest that we meet up with the others and decide what we're gonna do. I don't know if we'll be able to track this alderman on our own.
Eric was always the tracker when we travelled.
Well, I think we need to find that elf then.
Plus, he'd be really mad if we went without him.
I kind of got that sense. So, I guess we'll head on up through town again and up towards the castle, but I'll keep an eye out for anyone either heading in the same direction or anything that's possibly flying towards the castle.
Alright.
Yeah, I probably won't keep an eye out
It's
for
still
anything.
being, at this point, mid-afternoon. Not particularly dark or anything. Alright.
Could I ask a thing out of character to everybody else?
Yep.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
worth getting the guards on our side? I know that they're like underpaid and not really keen on putting themselves in extra danger, but if we've kind of got a bit of knowledge, should we as a group share it with others?
You could always ask us when we get up.
Okay. So, Vitheritas and Arissa, as you are heading through the town back up towards the castle, you hear some running footsteps up behind you, and you hear a shout. You two! A moment, if you would.
Spin around and have a look.
Yep, it's Peter, aka Vincent, coming up behind you.
Good to see you again, Peter.
He sort of gives you a sly wink at the correct use of his fake name, and he says in a low voice, So, I've been having a word around town, and we sort of have a small plan, if you were interested in attempting to do something tonight.
Sorry, just reading chat there.
Yeah, me too.
I think we're at this stage extremely interested in making sure that we can find this thing.
Well, I have done what little I can within the town. I have managed to organise, and bear with me here, this may sound a little odd, but I have managed to organise the biggest party the companions have ever thrown. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what this means is that tonight, everyone in the town will either be at home guarding their children or at that party, which means that anyone who we see out is most likely the Oni taking their form. You see what I'm saying?
That would be extremely helpful, especially since we seem to have found its lair.
You have? Where is it?
Up on the top floors of the Golden Castle.
Now that is a good idea. I sort of discounted the castle. I checked it over years ago, and, well, no one really dares to go in there. You sort of forget it even exists after a while. Of course.
And those that go into it usually go down, not up.
Yes. Of course, the guards go in there very irregularly now, of course, to send people into the dungeons, but yes. And of course, they usually throw people in there willy-nilly whenever, any time of the day or night, but if it was being anyone... Well, so, would you like any help in fighting this creature later? I can offer my services.
Any help would be useful. Also, it may be worthwhile, if you haven't already, have a small chat with Dubois. We found the latest of the children that were snatched, and we managed to get this one alive.
Oh yes, she found me. I was actually on my way to the temple to see her. She told me of your endeavours. Well done on finding the altar boy alive and mostly well, I hear.
But any assistance would be useful.
Of course.
Is it possible that we could probably set up a catchphrase so we're well aware of the fact this thing can now mimic? The chat is awesome.
I can't honestly read all of that out. It's basically a lot of people being very rude or very incensed about the altar boy.
We're well aware of the fact that it seems to be able to mimic people. Just in case that it's wearing one of our faces when you arrive, it might be best if we set up a call sign of some sort.
Alright. What are you thinking?
Altar boy might be a good one. Suits the occasion.
So, you want us to use altar boy as our code word, yes?
I'm certain that.
Chat, oh my god. Very well, very well. This can be arranged, yes. I shall ask it of you, and you can ask it of me. And then we shall know each other, truly. So, what is your plan for tonight?
Well, we were planning to lay a trap outside its lair in the castle. Because whether it's successful or not, we believe it should return there.
I see. And Debois says that you may also be venturing into the Greenwoods at some point.
Sorry, I missed that one.
Debois told me you may be venturing into the Greenwoods at some point.
Ronja?
Is everyone else losing Rosie? I can't hear her. can hear you now.
Deborah said that you were heading into the Greenwoods later. Is this correct?
Cool. But you know.
Yes, she mentioned that there was someone there that might be able to assist the poor child that was taken. But our aim is to return.
And do you intend to do this before you fight the Oni creature, or after?
We will make an effort to find them, but we will aim to be back in the Oni's lair. Hopefully before it returns tonight.
Well, we know at least that we have until around midnight.
And we got several.
Until then.
We've got a good many hours before then.
At least, how many have you got? At least 6 or 7, yes.
So we'll see what we can find in those few hours, and otherwise we'll meet before midnight in the castle.
Very well. I shall meet you later. I shall see if Deborah can accompany me. If this is alright with you, of course.
It's perfectly fine. It's probably best if we work in pairs or more.
Alright. Before midnight, then. We shall see you then.
Good hunting.
And you.
Bye.
Strolls on back. he gives you a quick wave, Arissa.
Oh.
With that, well, I guess we're going to keep on wandering up to try and find the others.
Yeah.
Okay. And were you guys coming through the courtyard and out towards the front of the castle to come and meet them?
Yep.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay,
We were-
then you guys all meet on the front of the castle where the slope down into town is on the hill.
Over the castle.
I'm going to like wave wildly at Arissa and then kind of catch myself and be like, oh, wait, hang on, and then just kind of stoically ask them how Reese is doing.
I'll sigh happily as soon as I see Arissa.
I kind of laugh at Apricity, but kind of a oh bless her kind of way, not as in like how she's done, but more of a Reese is fine. Got him back to the temple.
I'm gonna take her by one of her hands and look her right in the eyes and just nod and say thank you. And then release her hand and take a step back.
Bonding.
Right. So you guys, it's probably about 4:30ish now. 4 o'clock. So you've got a few hours, you've got lots of different pieces of information. We'll assume for the sake of argument that you all tell each other what you just listened to. You all know about the healer in the woods, you know about the big party for tonight, and you know that Reese is alright, and you know that they discovered the thing and was escaping from the roof. So, onward you go.
Quick side note as to what happens as soon as they tell me that the wizard healer guy, dude, creature, person, thingy is in the woods. I want to go there. Let's find him.
That's why we came looking for you, my friend.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Are we gonna tell them about our plan to put some traps in the room?
Yes.
And that
So, yeah,
just
so-
reminds me.
Or
At the mention of traps, I'm just going to tap the bear trap on my backpack and nod at,
Ooh, we established
Barrack.
I have one of those as well.
yeah.
I'll nod mine as well.
I'm certain we'll have plenty of traps waiting for this thing.
amazing.
Do we count Apricity as a trap in and of herself? Considering how much she now hates this thing.
I will happily volunteer to pretend to be a child if I can keep my short bow and my daggers with me.
I'll be in a tree up close or something. Oh wait, if we're at the castle, there's no tree up close. I'm gonna be within line of sight, hidden, like having my bow at the ready then as well.
Also, Varric, I've had it on good authority that within the first 20 feet of an arrow flying through the air, it's at its max velocity. So, presuming you can get a decent shot at the creature from where you are, you could probably hit it harder from a close distance.
Wait, so you're saying that my bow becomes more efficient closer?
Ever so slightly. Yes.
So that's a +1 damage if it's within 20 feet.
I'll consider it.
Also,
Take it under
Varric.
advisement for now.
Varric, in response to you saying that you're going to be within line of sight with your bow, I'm just going to snort and like mutter under my breath how I saw you shoot a kid in the shoulder. So I don't feel very comfortable about this.
You should be trusting me then, because that arrow hit its target and I couldn't even see the target.
Yeah, but if I'm the one dressed as a kid, that's what I'm worried about.
You'll be safe. There's now much scarier shit around than kids.
There. So, is the plan that we're going to go to the forest, try and find this dude, and then make it back before nightfall? Or
Yep.
before midnight?
Before midnight.
Is that the best idea? I do want to go to the forest, honest, but if we go and knacker ourselves out in the forest and then are going to try and fight this Oni, like, what's the shortest rest that we can take to get people healed back up and spelled back up? We have to have, like, a proper sleep, don't we?
4 hours for most people.
A full heal and such for me would be 4 hours.
I can, in a short rest, I can do.
Say that again, Gina, we lost you.
If we have a short rest, I can perform Song of Rest. And if you or any friendly creatures who can hear you gain, I can help gain hit points. You get an extra 1d6 of hit during a short rest.
So, short rest, you get an extra 1d6 of hit points, I think.
Ooh.
If I do my Song of
If she says
What? Oh! Sabina is agreeing with me, which is pretty good.
I think for the most part, the people that would be able to get away with a short rest can. And although I need a long rest, I can kind of live without, unless someone beats the hell out of me. And I'd like to see them try.
So,
I'll be there saving your butt. I have more than enough hit points to survive for a while.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. I'm just thinking, I've got 2 spell slots. So if I happen to use those in the woods because something bad goes down, then I wouldn't have them for beating the shit out of the Oni later. Things like that.
I love the discussion going in chat at the moment.
You mean my monologue?
Followed by...
now.
She does have a point. What if it doesn't actually walk?
In that case, we
In that case,
flail our arms, run away, cry perhaps. We have plenty of options.
if it doesn't walk, I'll throw it on one of the bear traps.
Done.
Suplex City! I want to see him suplex a monster.
I believe there's a lot of things you want to watch me do with various weapons I'm carrying around on me.
And
Fair
not
point.
just weapons. Wink.
That's
Anyway, sorry, moving
That's
on.
Redo. That's Redo who wants that.
Oh, that's true, okay.
We spread it evenly. She wants to fit the weapons.
Hey.
I'm okay.
No, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I've seen it all already because I still have perfect memory from the night that we met. So,
Ooh, I have as well.
yeah, you do.
I mean, I don't remember anything, but I'm sure nothing happened.
Definitely
you
didn't
definitely weren't playing with a tiefling.
Oh, God. Anyway, moving on. No. Okay, so gonna go to the forest. gonna come back, gonna kill a thing. Yeah?
Yep.
Can
Seems
I
simple
ask,
enough.
Yeah, it sounds so easy. Can I ask what Debois was saying about this guy? She said that we would find it really hard to persuade him to come back to the city, but that he could give us things and tell us how to use them. Is that correct?
Maybe.
Yep. Give or take.
So, does anybody know much about healing? Like, we're going to get him to heal Reese, right?
We'll
I'm sorry
give
for
it
my
our best shot.
questions. Yeah. Okay. So we go into the woods to talk to our dude, yeah?
Yep. And to see what kind of healing we can get help with.
All right. So,
Wow.
you guys make your way out of the town and out of the town gates, and you head round and into the Greenwoods.
Can I share with the group as we're walking? I'm gonna tell them how in my travel looking for my brother, I visited the Greenwoods. And I've not ventured far into them because, you know, I've heard strange things in the center. But I'm kind of guessing that the No Wings group would be somewhere near Stock, so that kind of northern edge where we are. And that kind of the eastern edge is mostly used for, like, the humans chop down trees and stuff, so there's not much nature, there's not many hiding places there. And yeah, there's weird noises and things and voices that I've heard in the center. So I don't know whether this guy, is he going to be anything to do with the No Wings, are we thinking?
It's quite possible that it could be.
Oh god, is he going to be the dude that set up the No Wings, and that's why the kids are being looked after through him, because he's doing his temple-y kind of caring, but just from the Greenwood?
Eric's going on about knowings now being a cult. I think I said something about that right at the
Not a
beginning.
Not a cult. Just for the mental image now, I have a fist to the side of my head. Not a cult.
Regardless, he's supposed to be good at healing. And that's what Reese needs right now.
So we drag him back by the toes if he doesn't want to walk.
Well, no, I just
asked
was trying to
nicely
work
the
out-
first time.
Yeah, once.
I was just trying to work out whether we would find this guy with the No Wings group, or whether he'd be like a hermit on his own. That was what I was trying to work out.
If we find him with the No Wings, it's only a bunch of children with like some stuff.
I know, but okay, so what I'm trying to work out is, do we go towards voices of a group of people, or are we looking for a single guy on his own?
Either way, Dubois mentioned that there were people that knew where he was in there.
Okay, cool.
So I would presume that the No Wings would know where he is.
Are we already close to the forest, by the way?
You're getting there, yeah?
The closer we get to the forest, the faster I start walking.
Okay.
You're gonna make me run.
No, I have better things.
Eric! Don't! You know I'm slow.
Wait, do you say that loud enough for me to actually hear it still?
Yes.
Okay. Damn it. That basically ended what I was planning. I slow down. I do, however, ready my bow and like not precisely hide or sneak yet, but like I start getting a bit more wary of my surrounding.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my daggers ready in my hands just under my robe. Just in case.
Alrighty. So. Okay, so you make your way and you step into the trees. And we should have... There we are. So, you guys step into the trees, and what are you guys going to be doing? Are you going to be just wandering? Are you going to be tracking? Are you going to be looking? What are you thinking?
I'll climb into the closest tree, actually.
Okay, are you going to climb up?
Yes.
To the top? Okay. Roll an athletics or acrobatics to climb up the tree.
That's a 19 total.
Okay, yeah, you get to the top of the tree and roll a perception for just looking around in general.
That's a 21 total.
Okay, so what exactly are you looking for? Just anything, signs of life, signs of people? What are you looking for?
Signs of wildlife at first. Like, let's basically do signs of life. Just everything that moves and lives in the forest. I want to know as much as possible.
You can see that there are trees moving about in the wind. You can hear birds and you can hear like deer and creatures and things moving about. You can't hear people, you can't hear voices, but you can see a wisp of smoke a little way away.
That's useful to know. I won't yell it down yet. Awesome. I'm quickly checking a few things. Just in case it's needed. Difficult terrain won't slow us as long as we're in the forest.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't slow any of the group. They can't become lost when I'm around.
Basically, everyone follow Varric. He's awesome right now.
Finally. This is one of the things that I hoped would eventually happen. Here, I'll send a list of the things that happen when we're in a forest. Should I send it just in this group?
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. This happens to me unless it specifies it's for the group.
Alright, cool. So, the only thing you really see that's a sign of people or life is that wisp of smoke. And it looks like some sort of campfire.
So no other signs of life. That's very quiet for a forest.
Not that you could see, well, life. I mean, you can hear birds and like creatures and things moving around, but people life, which is presumably what you're looking for at the moment, that's what you see.
Okay.
And it's off to the west.
Can I signal towards Ridu? Like, just trying to catch her attention and basically that.
Okay. Yeah, you have.
And then point to the side of my head.
Okay, I will send you a secret message saying what's up.
I'll reply going, I'll stay in the tree so I won't like yell, but there's a campfire over there, and I'll just point in the general direction of the campfire and say how far I guesstimate that it would be. Can you
And
pass it on to the others?
Okay. Guys, Varric says there's a campfire in that direction.
Well, that might just make our search just a little bit shorter.
Which is good because we've not got long.
Should we go
So
towards it?
I vote that we go towards it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I send a message to Varric saying we're gonna head towards it. You're gonna come back down.
I'll stay in the trees and just follow along in better
Okay.
better point of advantage.
As I
Yeah.
walk along towards it, I'm going to tap Apricity on the shoulder and go, it might be worthwhile if not everyone approaches at the same time. Just in case they're not friendly.
I don't hear this, so I'll just move on. Can I?
Moving through the trees.
Yes.
Coming on the ground. Alright, yeah, cool. Roll me acrobatics or athletics. So bouncing through the trees.
16 total.
Yeah, alright. You can stay in the trees. Like a squirrel, he bounces along on the trees, like lightly bouncing from branch to branch to branch.
Also, just because I think it's a good idea, I use Mask of the Wild to hide myself from anything and everything that could possibly see me.
Alright, cool. So, as you guys head off in the direction, and you're sort of following Varric, because he's the one who saw the flame, like, not the flame, the smoke,
Oh,
yeah?
shit. Can they see me if I use Mask of the Wild?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Can I roll perception to keep an eye on him?
Can do. I mean, you're heading in the right direction, and yeah, roll perception to see if you can see him.
I was going to make a suggestion. I could send Warmin ahead to kind of see what is in the camp and whether it looks safe to approach. Like, how many numbers are there and things?
Information would be useful.
Yeah. So can I do that, Rosie? Can I send her ahead and I'll just kind of stand still and use her eyes and use her hearing to see
Yeah, can do.
what I can see? I think, hang on, let me just double check. I think I can send her like 100 feet or, hang on now. Written it all down. Just need to find the right page. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bloody hell, sorry. Right. My familiar acts independently of me. Whilst your familiar is within 100 feet, you can communicate with it telepathically. You can use her eyes and use her ears. So how far away are we from the camp, do you think?
Well, you can send her up, and if she stays within the 100 feet of you, then eventually you would see through her eyes when you got there. It doesn't take you too long to reach this. It is fairly, like you thought, it's fairly close to the stock side of these woods.
Cool. I would like to do that then, please.
Alright. And do you need to roll perception for that, or is it just...
It just says it's just part of having a familiar. I can just...
Okay.
It means I have to stop still and I can't see or hear myself. And it would
Okay,
take
cool.
an action if we were doing combat.
Okay. Alright, cool. Well, Apricity, through... Yeah. Alright. Through the eyes of the beautiful bird, flying up, you can see approaching a clearing of trees. And it's not a very big clearing. And encircling above, keeping distance, you can see that's where the smoke plume is coming from. It's quite small. It doesn't look like it's from a big fire or something, but it's rising up from like just through the trees around the edge of this clearing.
So that's all we can see.
Unless you want the bird to go closer.
Yes, please, as long as she stays within range.
Alright, to stay in range at the moment you can get to the side of the clearing. And the clearing itself looks empty. It looks as if the fire is in the tree line, keeping out of sight.
Cool. Would she be able to swoop down and look a bit closer and see whether the fire is burning or whether it's an old fire that's just smouldering away?
Can do, yeah. And she dives down. And as she gets below the tree line, the smoke disappears, and you can't see it below the trees anymore. She swirls back up and circles the clearing, and there it is, a plume of smoke coming out from between the trees, right on the edge of this clearing. Dives back down, searches around all the edges, can't see any smoke down below, can't see any fire.
Ooh. Cool. I'm gonna come back to myself, relay that to the team, and say, I've got a feeling this could be a trap. There seems to be smoke above the trees only, and no sign of fire below the tree line. I recommend we proceed with caution.
Worthwhile, but a trap that we know about is not really going to work very well for the person trying to deploy it.
Either that, or there's some clever invisibility spell going on that my simple bird can't see through.
Well,
Well, I'm away from the group, so I won't be able to hear them talk or anything. But I might be able to see them still, don't I?
oh yeah, you can still see them, yeah. Unless any of them are being particularly stealthy.
Oh, well, I could poke Redo and go, Elf, can you tell the other elf all of this? Oh, wait, I don't know they're doing secret messages, do I?
Nope.
No, you do, because I told you everything he's been saying.
Okay, yeah, I know that, so I'm going to tell you, Barrett, because I don't want him to get killed. Say that again, Sabina, you went really weird.
Sorry, my Christmas.
Redo does that from time to time.
So, Varric, you've had the information relayed to you that the fire smoke might be some sort of trap, as it only appears to be above the trees.
Okay, so I proceed cautiously because, well, if it's there above the trees and not like below the trees, it's probably something at like the height I am at.
Alright, cool. So, Varric, were you going to head towards the smoke itself and have a look, seeing as you're at tree height?
Yeah, I'll go closer towards the smoke. Like I'll follow the smoke.
Alright. Roll me perception, please, Varric.
Okay. Perception, you said, right?
Yes.
Ooh. I rolled a 17, so that's 22 total.
Okay, Varric, as you get closer, you land on a tree, and as you look across, you can see the smoke rising. And you get closer, and the smoke is coming out of a tree. The tree has been hollowed out and looks, to all intents and purposes, like a tree, but it has no branches coming above the rest of the trees, and through the middle is a plume of smoke rising, and it smells like a chimney.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that I took the rope back, right? From Redo after we...
Oh my god, is Varric about to Santa Claus?
I may have some idea of that.
Yeah, you've got the rope back. Do it. Oh my god, do it.
Okay, can I look for a sturdy tree branch? Like, I mean, Varric would know what would be strong enough to carry his weight because of
course,
jumping trees. Okay, can I find like a chunk of tree that's like big enough to put it over the chimney tree and have it lie on top and hold my body weight?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, I'll tie a piece of rope to it and I'll put it. I'll actually move down the chimney. Do I fit though?
It's a tight squeeze, but yes.
So I would go in like without having any weapons drawn.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I'll slowly make my way in there with like warning anyone because I have no way of contacting them. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I just now realize how much danger this is.
Roll me a strength first, please.
Strength. Shit, that's not on my cheat sheet. Give me a few seconds.
That's alright.
Uh-oh. Oof, I'm really lucky with my dice. That's an 18 total.
Okay, 18, you managed to hold on to the rope and lower yourself down. Can you now please roll me a constitution?
Constitution.
Like a constitution save.
Constitution save. So that would start my blessing of luck. Advantage on death on saving throws.
Yes. I believe so.
Okay, so I'll use the
The
16.
Veritas has
there.
started to write a eulogy for Varric.
I rolled another 18.
Okay.
Or well,
There is
I rolled a
definitely-
16 and I add 2.
There's definitely a fire at the bottom of this chimney, and you can tell because it's fucking hot. But it's not getting to you too much right now, and you haven't started to burn your ass yet. You keep lowering yourself down, and you can see a fire, and over it is a big cooking pot, which is keeping most of the heat and the flames from catching you.
Uh-oh.
As you lower down, you
That's
can also
food,
see
right?
an opening, like a round hollow in the tree. And you're going feet first, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you stop just before your feet would be seen by anyone in the presumably room beyond this hollow into the chimney. You can smell broth cooking inside the pot over the fire.
Does it? Okay, wait. At this point, there's at least 2 questions that would definitely affect how Varric would respond.
Alright.
That actually was one of the questions. Should I do it? Also, how long has it been since Varric last ate like a good amount of food? So not a small snack,
A
because
little while, because you had some
Breakfast.
breakfast, and then you
Yeah.
went off around the castle, so it's been since
I don't think
breakfast.
we had lunch.
Uh-oh, guys.
Oh god. I rolled
Wait,
a
you
6.
said-
Hungry whilst in a chimney.
wait, you said there was this small hole in the tree, right?
There's like, basically, it looks from your position like there's a big round hollow at the base of the tree, like where a chimney would be, but bigger because it's big enough for people to stand and put a pot over to cook on the fire. So it's probably just a little bit shorter than you are in how tall it is.
Okay, so I can correct me if I'm wrong, but I can use this to hang upside down for a slight bit and then back up.
Roll me and
If stealth is high enough. Acrobatics?
acrobatics to turn upside down.
Do I also roll stealth to try and hide?
Yes.
Okay, stealth first. That's... Fuck, I should have done that the other way around because I rolled a 17 and my stealth is +7. 24.
Okay. So 24 was on your to turn upside down, yeah?
Yeah. No, 24 was my stealth.
Okay, 24 was your stealth, and what did you roll for your acrobatics?
18 in total. Am I
Okay.
actually going to pull this off?
You're upside down, and you're stealthed, and you can just peek, and to you, being upside down, you'd be peeking over the top of the hearth, and you can
Yeah.
see a big underground hollowed out room. You can see a like dining table and you can see tables and chairs, and you can see papers and scattered odds and ends and bits and pieces, and you can see like a hollowed out corridor, almost like a rabbit warren leading off down the other end. You can't see any people right now. But now that
Okay.
you're closer to it, you can smell there is food cooking.
Yes, I
inside
was
that pot.
just
And
about
there's
to get
also
to that.
bread on the table nearby.
You said there were no people, right?
Not that you can see. You didn't roll perception to see if you could see anyone yet. You just rolled stealth.
I don't think Varric would take the time to try and see if there's people. Can I just try to sneak towards the table and on my way back grab a bowl and just take a bowl of broth as well and then go back up the chimney?
Sure. Why not?
Awesome. So in what order do I roll what? Like I roll stealth because I'm still trying to not be seen, not
Okay,
knowing
yeah,
if
so
there's any
roll
enemies.
stealth to get the broth out. What are you going to put it in?
I want to go out to the bread.
Mouth.
Oh my god.
I want to I want to walk towards the table, steal some bread, take a bowl, like an empty bowl, go back, take the bowl, fill it with broth, and go back up the chimney.
The only bowl you can see is a very large, almost fruit bowl sized one. It would fit into the broth, like the pot, the cooking pot, but it's very big.
And there's no smaller jars or anything?
Not that you can see at the moment. I mean, there's some like makeshift cupboards and things, but you'd have to go rummaging through them.
I'm just reading chat for a second.
If he survives this, I'm buying him a red suit, and I'll buy him a hat and some white fur to trim it.
Can they have magical properties?
No, the fact that you survived can be your own bloody treat.
Deal. Okay, so in that case, I won't have time to actually, like in Varric's mind, it would take too long to eat, like to find a bowl then. So I'll just,
You could use the big bowl. Like, it's big enough. You could take a big bowl full and take it with you, or attempt to.
I'll do that.
True.
I'll do that and I'll tie it like to the bottom of the rope actually, beneath me.
Okay.
And then I'll, so do I roll sleight of hand to see if I can steal the bread or do I just grab a piece of bread?
As you get out into the room, roll me a stealth, because there's no one in the room, but you could make noise.
23. I fucking love my stealth bonus.
Alright, you tiptoe across the room, pick up the large fruit bowl, grab the entire loaf of bread,
Yes.
and make your way back to the fire, where your rope is dangling. It's a little bit singed on the bottom from where it's near the flames, but it's okay. And then are you going to climb back onto the rope to steal some of the broth, or are you going to steal the broth first?
I'll steal the broth, tie it to the bottom of the rope, and then climb past it and up.
Okay, cool. So, roll me. Fucking hell. Okay.
I'm
The
sorry.
broth you can just take. I'm just trying to think
Yes.
if I need to. You don't need to roll for everything because that's pernickety. So, the broth you can just take. Roll me a athletics and or acrobatics in order to have everything in your hands and manage to climb back up the rope.
I rolled 12? Yeah, 12. And I add my acrobatics, so that's 5, so 7.
Okay. You get a very heavy, massive bowl of the broth. Replace the lids on the pot. Balance it, African style, on your head.
Oh god.
Put the loaf of bread in your hood and shimmy back up the rope very, very carefully. And can you roll me one last acrobatics or athletics check?
If I fucking
For
fail
when you
this, I
get
will
up on top.
burn. My dice love me today. I rolled 13, so plus 5 makes it 18 again.
Okay, you make it out the top of the tree, and you're now stood with one foot either side of the hollow trunk, balancing a bowl full of broth on your head. The loaf of bread is in your hood, and you pull the rope up and loop it over your shoulder, and sort of stand there with your hands on your hips, going, "Ha! This is my day now."
Okay, I just realized that now another difficult part will come. Because I'm now on top of a chimney with my hands full. But you know what? I'll take I have the bowl in my hands in front of me now. And the loaf's still in my hood, right?
Yes.
I'll just like put the big bowl of broth against my lips and just take a sip.
Okay, it's very hot.
I take a sip.
You burn your lips a little bit, and your tongue goes, but it's very, very nice.
Ooh. Ow. But ooh. Okay, so now that the bowl is slightly less full, can I now find a way to carefully get like down to ground level and undo my Mask of the Wild as well, so that people see me?
Sure. Roll me a final acrobatics or athletics.
14 total. Oh wait, no. 13 total.
Okay. You spill
Sorry.
a little bit of the broth as you have to catch the loaf
Is
of
it-
bread as it starts
Is it
to
onto
wobble.
myself?
Yeah.
Because the stuff is hot, so I'll probably make like a slight noise.
Yes. But it's a very small noise. It's only a little bit, but it's more out of like, oh no, I dropped some, that you make the noise. But you do land on the floor and everything's off and people can see you.
Awesome.
So I take it we can see him now.
Yes. In fact, you can see him with his bowl full of something steaming and smelling nice, and he's also holding a loaf of bread and looking very pleased with himself.
I'll take a bite of the bread. And like with a wave at them and with a mouthful go, hi! And then try and catch the bread falling out of my full mouth.
Anyone have any reaction to this?
Birth's like jaws completely dropped.
Are you going to tell him where you got it, Varric?
Not yet. I'm busy eating.
Oh yeah, sorry. So, 3 seconds after that, are you going to tell him?
I'll first offer a bite of the bread, or a bit of bread, or whatever she wants, basically from that. And then take a sip of the broth and go, hey, look, I found it. I found something.
Barrick, where did you get the food from?
Well, see this tree that I just came down from? I noticed something peculiar there, so... Yeah, I went down to explore, and they had good soup, so I'm enjoying myself.
They had soup inside a tree.
Yeah.
I have like this look on my face of believing but not quite believing.
At that, I just go, you seem hungry. Perhaps you should eat something. And I take a bite of my bread.
Did you
Was
see
there
anyone?
anyone down there?
Well, there was food, and then I saw night, so I didn't really look for people.
You mean you broke into their treehouse and didn't bother checking to see if they were home?
No, it was not a treehouse. I had to go all the way down the chimney to get into like this big. It felt like an underground room or something, but they had food. Good food.
Oh, that
Human,
explains
can
why
you talk some
people.
sense to this guy?
Can you
Oh,
all
if-
roll me perception, please?
Everyone?
Something I'm supposedly good at.
Does that include me?
No,
Okay.
you're far too distracted right now.
So everyone except for Varric.
Yes.
8.
For once, that rolls are reversed.
So Vitheritas got a 17. And yeah, alright. Vitheritas, you're the only person who hears a branch snap about 5 feet away from you all.
Can I tell which direction that was from?
It's from behind where Varric is.
I'm just gonna shove right past him and look in the direction that I heard that.
Okay. You hear this as you see 5 shapes coming towards you through the trees. And you hear a voice, a male voice, saying, "Don't you think you better ask people before you go taking their stuff, eh, boy?"
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around and I go, "Oh, I'm sorry. It smelled so nice, and I'm so hungry. So I
Don't look very sorry to me. Look like you've been eating our soup, don't he, guys? That's right, he does, shouts a female voice from over the other side. And you now notice that there's 5 people and they are enclosing around you. They're not ridiculously close to you yet. They're all within 10 feet, but you can see them approaching.
Uh-huh.
So what do you got to say for yourself, huh? Thief?
Can I offer any payment for it?
Well, should have tried that before you stole it, shouldn't you?
I didn't see anybody, and I honestly didn't really think about it, but it just smelled so good.
Well, thank you very much, says another voice, and this is a sort of older human voice. It's a very nice compliment to my cooking, but still doesn't give you permission to take it now, does it? And
No,
you hear
that-
another voice, and Vitheritas, you recognise this as another tiefling, and it says, "What do you think we should do with 'em? Come up, make 'em into more stew, what you reckon, boys? And girls," says the female voice. "And girls, yeah. And then you hear another voice say, now, darling, don't worry about it. I'm sure he meant to include you. You are one of the boys, after all. Oh, be quiet. Now, everybody, now. Gotta decide what to do with these trespassers in our woods."
I didn't
were-
even know it were your woods. I'm sorry.
These 5 people step towards you. The last one who spoke, who was also the first one who spoke, is just behind Varric now. He is a half-elf with short brown hair, a big, long brown cloak, and some big boots on him. The tiefling comes out just behind you, Vitheritas, so just off next to the half-elf. And he has, like, flamey orange skin, and he's all, like, hulking, and he's holding 2 quite big swords.
I'm just sizing him up. I don't happen to recognize him
You do.
from any
actually.
pictures.
You do. You recognise him. This is Cobb, the tiefling wanted for murder from Travis.
Ooh.
Hell.
In fact, you would, Vetheritas, you would also recognise the half-elf. This is Mal, the guy who's wanted for smuggling.
Awesome.
Can I
Do.
can I offer him a deal? Actually,
I don't think you're gonna get that opportunity, my friend. I'm going to point at two that I recognize and go, these two need to be captured alive.
Whoa.
And then I'm gonna start sizing up advancing on Cobb.
wait. Did you say that out loud?
Yep.
Give me 5 seconds. I'm checking something.
I'm just going to look at Veritas with an extremely shocked face that he can be thinking of this right now.
As you're thinking this shocked
DM.
thought, yes.
Rosie,
Yes, what?
a message will be shot your way now.
Mhm. Alright. While I'm reading this, and while you can try. I'm gonna make you roll really high for that though, because they have literally come up to you and caught you red-handed.
That's
Like-
okay. If I
You're gonna have to roll more than a 25.
more than a 25.
I am really worried about this now.
Okay. While Varric is attempting to Varric. 5. There was 5. Hang on, 1, 2.
Thank you.
And we're surrounded.
3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, there's 6.
Okay. Thank you.
I
Okay.
can't believe I did this.
Steps backwards into a gap in the trees and disappears, leaving only some crusts of bread and the bowl behind him.
What? Coward.
So, what you can currently see is Mal, the guy wanted for smuggling. You can see the tiefling, Cobb, who is wanted for murder. You can see the female voice, who is off to the other side, who is a female half-elf with dark, wild hair. And next to her, the man who spoke to her, is a blonde elf. And you can also see a skinny human male holding a bow and arrows pointing towards you. And the older man who said that he did the cooking, you can see stood, and all he's holding is a stick, like a staff, but it doesn't look magical. And he's a human older man with a greying beard and ponytail.
I'd like to step forward and kind of hold both my hands, empty hands up, and say, "No, I forgot his name. Might your name be? What was his name? Skimpole or something? Might you be Sheepok by any chance? Sheepook by any chance?"
Regretting putting a double O next to a P now.
Hmm.
Who are you aiming that as?
The older guy with the grey hair that did the cooking.
He looks at you quizzically and waves a hand towards the human with the bow and arrow as if to say, lower it. He doesn't, but he looks at him nonetheless. And who might be you to look for me?
I'm going to put my bow on the floor in front of him in a gesture to say that I'm not here to fight. And I'd like to introduce myself and say I am A pretty Sylviale, a brick model, burn tip hoiden widden tree buttle bump. And I come here seeking the skills of a healer that I've heard tale of in the city of Stock.
Well, I assume, seeing as you mentioned me by name, that you have been pointed in my direction.
I spoke to the kind Debois.
Ah! And everyone, all 6 of them go, ah! Deborah. And the tiefling doesn't, but most of the rest of them lower their weapons. They're still looking wary, but they're lowered their weapons.
Warman's going to be sat in a tree by the tiefling and kind of his head because he hasn't put his weapons down.
Okay. The tiefling barely notices this.
Yeah, fine. Debois is currently caring for a young man who has been savaged by a beast that is troubling the citizens of Stock. He's unfortunately lost an arm. Worry for his health and possibly his life. She recommended that we come and seek you out to see if you could assist us in any way to help this poor.
Oh. Goodness. Well, that is awful. He's looking around at the others in his group now, and he's saying, well, I'm afraid I swore years ago that I would never return to the town. Would it be possible to bring the child out here?
No, he's too unwell. Are you sure it's not possible in any way?
Well, it would have to be incredibly quick and brief. The leaders would not like to see me there, and I have sworn myself never to return, but I could not turn my back on such an injured child in such a way. I could never live with myself.
I have a disguise kit. I could make it so no one recognize you.
You hear the female voice jump out and say from behind you, "Oh, we could just put him in a bonnet like you, Mal, ha!" So everyone around you starts laughing, and it seems to be one of their in-jokes. And Mal, with the short hair that half off, sort of puts his head in his hands and goes, oh, "It was for a point and a purpose. And it worked, didn't it? You got caught, man! The only reason you're up on posters is because you were caught. I still maintain it was a great plan." "Anyway," says Sheepbook, "as I was saying, perhaps, yes, young lady, that may indeed be a good idea. When were you thinking of doing this?"
The sooner the better, really.
"All right. I will consider coming with you. Is that the only reason you are here? Because I feel if you came here simply searching for me, then perhaps you have some explaining to do because you appear to have stolen from us in your search."
I did step out of the trees and lowered my bow, and I'll just go, that they didn't have anything to do with that. That was solely me, and I shall accept whatever you feel is just for stealing your food.
"Well," says the tiefling, "how much did he take from us? A massive bowlful? Should take it out of his flesh, pound by pound."
I do have food on me.
At this, I'd literally just reach into underneath my coat and take out the bounty letter I've still got on me and toss it out in front of me, in front of him.
"Yeah, and not the first person to present me one of those. I've seen my own face before."
And I can claim it now.
"Yeah, huh? Like to see you fucking try."
Wait, is he saying that to Verti? Because I'm instantly holding my bow back up to him. And I'm really short range right now because I stepped in between them. But my bow is ready.
I didn't say anything.
Can you please roll me a perception?
Me? Okay.
Yes.
17 plus 19 total.
Okay. While all this fighting potentially is going on, Apricity, you hear a small voice calling your name.
A voice calling my name.
Apricity? Apricity? Are you in there?
Can I tell where the voice is coming from?
It's coming from back towards Stock. It's in the woods, it's in the trees, but it's from back the way you came.
Over this way. Who is it?
Apricity? I can't see you.
Can I send Warman ahead of me to collect whoever it is that's calling?
You can try, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna send Warman and look through her eyes and see who it is that I can see.
Okay. Wyman flies off and she hovers down low in the trees and makes a quick dive and a swoop and comes back towards you. And you notice that coming towards you, still wearing the outfit you gave him, I believe, you can see Reese sort of hobbling towards you through the trees.
So has he now reached the clearing where other people?
Very nearly, very nearly.
I'm very cautious. I'm going to wave him towards him. My bow's still on the floor. I'm very aware of this. I'm going to call him over. Yeah, I'm worried about this because this kid, the last time I saw him, he was on death's door. He's made a major recovery. Yeah, there's a so yeah, I'm gonna call him over and wait for him to come to me.
Apricity! And as he comes out into the clearing, you can see his arm is like got fresh bandages on it, and he's still wearing all the same clothes that you put him in, and he's got bare feet, and he like runs towards you and like hugs you around the middle, and is like hugging you really tightly and going, "Oh, I was so scared. I'm so glad I found you. I thought it was all a dream."
Oh, Reese, it was just a bad dream. We're going to fix it though. We're going to make everything better. Don't worry.
And Sheepuk has noticed this, and he has stepped forward, and he's come up behind you, Apricity, and he's saying, "My God, is this the child you were telling me of?"
Yes, this is my friend Reese. When I last saw him, he was on death's door. I can't understand this healing. It must be human bard. Thank you so much for your healing spell. It's what's happened to him. It's amazing.
I don't think my magic's that good, but thanks.
Reese, this nice man here would like to have a look at you if you may.
Oh, what? And he sort of hides behind you a little bit. What's he going to do to me?
He just wants to have a check over and see if he can do anything to help you with your arm.
Oh. And he like looks down at his arm and has got like tears in his eyes, and he like sits down on the floor and he starts crying.
Oh no.
And Sheepuk sort of stays where he is, and he doesn't want to like try and touch a child he doesn't know while he's crying, and he sort of looks at you, Apricity, as if to say, would you like to comfort him? And then I'll approach. I don't want to approach a crying child.
I'm already on the floor next to the kid with him in my arms, kind of rocking backwards and forwards and shushing him quietly.
I am also kneeling next to you. Yes.
In the meantime, I'm definitely pointing my bow toward, like holding it between Chipuk and the tiefling guy.
Once Reese has calmed down a little bit, I want to talk to him again and say, Reese, how did you get out to the woods all by yourself? Where's Debois? Where's Hayatom? What happened?
I woke up and no one was there, and I remembered that you were there, but then I thought it might have been a dream, and I thought someone said something about you going to the woods, and everyone always says that people who go to the woods never come back, and I couldn't find anyone, so I came to see you.
You brave boy, you made it all the way to the woods on your own. Where did you wake up? Did you wake up in your bed?
Yes.
See, I don't know that you guys didn't, because you said for them to keep an eye on him, didn't you?
Yeah.
What do you mean
Also,
that there was no one?
The 6 people around you have now started to light torches, because it's now getting towards like 5:05. Because at the time, God, I didn't equate how long it took you guys to walk in. Yeah, it's around 5:30 now, so it's like getting dimmer, and the forest is like overcrowded and getting a bit darker. You can still
Okay.
see, but don't worry, the guys around you, the 6 of them, they've got torches, so you don't have to worry about that.
Reese, when you say that there was no one there, do you mean a single person in the temple?
No, they were all gone.
All of
Yes.
I kind of look at Petard.
I glance back and go, when the heck was that party organised for?
Who are you asking that to?
Arissa.
I have no idea. She was probably in her own little world.
You weren't actually told the when, you were just told
Yeah.
it was going to happen.
That it was going to happen.
I'm going to look angrily between Arissa and Vitherita and scold them for leaving the child with people that couldn't be trusted.
But Hiya Tom wouldn't go to a party like that, would he?
What is this party that you keep talking about?
The companions.
It was
I would be
a
surprised
getting everyone
if-
out of the way party for this evening, so that anyone who was out, you'd know, was the only... That was the plan, anyway, for later.
Yeah. I would be surprised if Hiya Tom would leave this child to go to an afternoon tea party, let alone a party with the companions.
And he was specifically told by myself that at least 2 people should be with him at any time.
Reese, how long ago did you wake up?
Not long.
And you ran straight to the woods?
I remembered you, and so I came here.
There's something very strange going on. Can I roll perception and see if I notice anything different about Reese? The last time I saw this kid, he was about to die. I'm amazed that he's made it all the way to the woods on his own. So can I roll to see if there's something weird about him?
Yeah, you can do.
Would that be an insight? Because it's a specific
Well,
person.
it depends. Insight would be if you're sort of listening to what he's saying to see if there's like
Okay.
a lie, but a perception would be if there's anything wrong with his physicality. Depends which one.
Well,
you're
I'll
going
start
for,
with insight because my insight is massive.
really.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to what he's saying and see if he's please. Oh yeah, I rolled a 19 plus 8, so that's 20 something. 27?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
you
can't
were
do
doing,
maths.
you were seeing if he was
That was
lying.
Yeah, an insight to see if he was telling me the truth.
Okay. He seems confused and a little bit annoyed. And you're not sure. You're really not sure.
Okay.
He's hard to read, as Matt Mercer would say.
Well, he's a child that's lost part of his body. I can understand him being confused.
New game. Try to lie to a pretty and get her to believe it. We'll play that in 3 guys.
That sounds like an awesome game. Cool. So...
We We have
Also,
a new contender.
Just at the sound of all that, you, particularly you, Varric, you hear some more footsteps coming towards you from close by to where Mal was standing, so very near to Varric, and you see a little gaggle of children. And they all have the no wings symbol somewhere on their clothes. And they look like they've got brushed hair and they look fairly well fed. And they're looking inquisitive at all the noise and where everyone has gone. And they sort of peek out round the trees to look at you all. And one of them, a small boy, Barry, you recognise as the one that you shot in the Walden Dungeons.
God.
He doesn't have your arrow on him or in him that you can see.
I wave at him.
Oh my god.
He like glares at you.
Fuck.
And
No, but more like.
Apricity, are you
wait,
like
wait.
holding?
I just.
Yeah, like
Reese?
I've collapsed on the floor next to him and I'm like cradling him again and kind of, yeah. He's
Okay.
probably sat up a little bit now, but I'm still sat on the floor with him. My bow is discarded next to me.
Okay. It's getting really dark now, so I'm just rolling to see how much time's going past. Okay. It's getting really dark now, and you can sort of see the lights of these kids' eyes in the torches, and Mal has sort of turned around and is trying to like wave them away, and he's like, guys, grown-ups are talking, come on. But they're like sort of still stood there like looking, and Reese looks up and he peers across like inquisitively, and you see his little eyes get really wide, like, and he says, children.
Oh my god, Rosie, you're killing me. Can I? So who was waving them away? It was
It was Mal,
Pookie.
the dude.
Oh,
with
Mal was trying to wave
the half elf with the brown short hair. They're all close by him, and because of what Varric said to you guys, you get the impression that they've probably come from this hideout, wherever this is.
Okay. I'm gonna call to Mal and say, they don't have to leave. They can come and talk to us if they want to.
Yes, I'd love to talk to them.
Can I beckon over a couple of the kids? Can I send Warmin up as well? And she does little Tweety songs and looks really cool, and then flies back down and lands next to Reese.
Yeah.
I'm.
And the children look all like, oh, and they remind you of Reese when you first met him in the temple.
I love them all straight away.
I'll put away my bow.
Okay.
Like, specifically put it away in a non-threatening way and, like, get out of the way to give them space to
Okay.
pass towards them.
And the children will like sneak forwards and like look at Wyman and they're like, wow. And she like flies up and does like pirouettes. And as she like spins, she like gets closer to them and then further away and then like does some like showing off a little bit. Let's just put it out there. She's showing off a little bit. And
She's
the kids were
fabulous.
like-
She's allowed to show off.
And the kids were like, wow. And you think to yourselves, this is what Higher Tom and the people you spoke to meant. These children must be working with no wings, and they look well fed and they look clean. They look fairly happy, and you get what they mean now. What Higher Tom was saying, that he couldn't necessarily blame the group for what was happening. He seemed to think that the children were being treated quite well.
So sorry, Rosie. Did you say that all the kids had come out of the hideout?
It looks like they have. You don't know where the hideout itself is. You just know in terms of what Varric told you about the chimney and the underground room.
But
because
like
of they've come from behind Mal.
Yeah.
It was the direction
they've-
of the chimney. So
they've
I'll give you
kind of
guys
all
that.
come from the same place. Some haven't come back from the town, is what I was getting at.
No, they've all come from the
They've
same
all been-
direction.
Okay, cool. I was going to ask them if they'd seen anything weird at the temple, but
I mean,
if
you
they
can
will
ask,
come
but
from
it
the-
doesn't look like they've probably been there for a while.
Yeah.
Although you do remember that some kids went back and forth between the town, like running errands for no wings and stuff. And these kids all have the no wing symbol somewhere on them. And as Wyman is doing this little show for everybody, and everyone's paying quite a bit of attention to them, and the kids are stepping forward and they look around, and they all do a double take at the Theritas, And even though they're used to their own tiefling, you're just as scary and you're a brand new tiefling, and they're all sort of a bit like, ugh. Except for the one kid that was in the Walden dungeon, which recognises all of you and is like taking this in his stride and is like focused on the bed.
Wow.
And Wyman does like a spinny trick thing and then goes to do the landing that she did on Reese before and edits it slightly, seeing as he's only got one arm now. And Reese doesn't put up his arm to catch her. And Reese is now like staring at the other children, like mouth open. And you think he looks quite shocked. And hang on 1 minute. God, that was attractive. Sorry. As they're all watching the bird dancing, he stands up to himself and like shakes all the dirt and the leaves off him. And in the dim light, you can see he's got like wide eyes and a big mouth. And then you see that he starts to drool. And you see in the dark, he starts to grow. And he starts to shift. And he gets bigger and bigger, and his arm grows, and he turns a dark, horrible, bluey grey colour, and he is now a hulking giant, 8 foot tall, with scabby, scaly wings coming out of his back, hunched over, with dark eyes and bright white pupils. And he's screaming at these children. And it's 11:30, so I think we'll have to leave it there for tonight, guys.
Oh my god. That made me shiver.
So, I'm just gonna end the recording here, guys.